What's going on, guys? Electric Outdoors here again, and finally I've hit 500 miles on the VSETT10 Plus. So it's time to finally review it, the goods, the bads, the things I've had to do to it, things I highly recommend that you do, and we're going to talk all about this scooter today, so strap in and let's go. So to start this off, we're going to get into the stats of this scooter. The VSETT10 Plus, it's got dual 1400 watt motors, it's got a 60 volt battery with the minimum 20.8 amp hours, it's got 10-inch pneumatic tires in the front and the back, and it comes with road rubber tires. This thing comes with folding handlebars, which I don't agree with. We'll get into that a little bit later in the video. It also comes with hydraulic brakes. If you're unlucky like me, you're going to get the Zoom brakes. If you are lucky, which I haven't heard anybody getting lucky lately, you had to buy one when they first came out to get the nut brakes, which the nut brakes are definitely a lot better. For ergonomics with the throttle and stuff, the Zoom brakes, they kind of lack there. It's got an electronic horn, it's got single motor mode, dual motor mode, also a sport mode, which we'll get into after when we get into the top speed test and all that. And the weight of this scooter is about 75 to 80 pounds, and those dual 1400 watt motors with that 60 volt battery are going to be ran by two 30 amp controllers. Well, it's one controller, but it's one for each wheel. It's weird. They may kind of get their own thing going on. As well, the thing that really separates the VSETT10 Plus from other scooters, I would say, is for sure like the locking mechanism. That's a huge thing. I'll play a clip here that actually shows you guys like unlocking it, locking it back, and yeah, it's actually really good. So to begin with the locking mechanism, you're gonna undo this screw here first. It comes out pretty easy and it just falls right down, and then depending on how tight you do this yourself, you can adjust it with an Allen key. You know, you can make it pretty tight. I like to keep it really tight. You undo that, and you come around to this side right here. And what you're going to want to do is there's this pin with a spring in it right here, and you're going to have to hold the stem a little bit, and you're going to want to pull it up, and that's how you're going to drop the scooter down for ready to be folding. The scooter doesn't fold very well, to be honest. I would just try to keep it not folded if you can, but I understand if you got to pack it in a car and things, it's obviously good to fold it and you'll get used to how it works, but the folding mechanism that keeps it locked is definitely not the best. And then as you can see here, you just do everything right in reverse and you'll be good to go. Now again, with the folding handlebars on it, I've replaced the handlebars. We'll get into that in a few minutes. So when I fold the thing down, I can't really fold the handlebars anymore, which I think is better. It gives you more stability when you're going high speed. As you can see, I don't have a steering damper, and there we go. And mentioning a steering damper, straight up, let's get into who this scooter is for and who it's not for. This scooter is not a toy. This thing is really fast. It does not play around. Yeah, for sure, you can totally dial back the settings and make this thing as slow as you want it to be, but let's be real. Anybody that pays $2,000 for an electric scooter or more, you know, we don't want to ride them, you know, really slow. Maybe you do, I don't. This is my own review, not yours. So,
oh my God.
Yeah. This scooter is totally for people that, you know, it's probably like an intermediate scooter. It's not a Dualtron with 10,000 watts, but it's not a GoTrax G4 like the one that's riding in front of me right now. You know, that thing's got a top speed at 20. This scooter can do 20 without even thinking about it. This thing's pretty dangerous. It's heavy. You can go really fast. Like everybody says, have your gear on, know how to ride it, and yeah, just be really careful with this scooter. You know, if you do want to buy it, it's very comfortable. If you want to ride it slower than most people, you can ride this scooter all day and you'll be comfortable as hell. You know, right here actually in this video, there was a bunch of gnats and flies that are in me and my friend's face. I actually got some in my mouth. I had to even like take my helmet off. But yeah, if you're gonna buy this scooter, it's not for everybody. It costs a lot of money, it's very fast, and you can totally change the settings and make it as aggressive as you really want to. I'm 130 pounds and this thing will throw me around similar to like a two-stroke 125 dirt bike. And
well, I think I might be going.
yeah, just be ready for what you're gonna buy. You know, yeah, for who this scooter is for, it's not for everybody. I'll tell you that right now. There's plenty of scooters that are a lot cheaper that'll probably do what you're looking for. However, if you're looking for a little bit more and you want to go fast, the VSETT10 Plus, man, woo, it's fire. The thing moves, you know. I love the scooter. It's definitely one of the best ones I've had. It's for me, I'll tell you what. It's not for everybody, but it's for me. The size of it, the weight of it, the options that it has, I love it. Everything about it. But it definitely isn't for everybody, you know. I've let people ride it where they just say straight up it's way too much. And yeah, that's who the VSETT10 Plus is actually for. And now let's talk about what this scooter can actually do for you on the road. What does it have? What kind of lights does it have? You know, does it have signals? And let's get into it. So yeah, it's got right and left turn signals. They work great. However, the one problem with them is as soon as you turn them on, they click for I think 30 clicks, which is way too many for me. And not only that, you can't click it in again to shut it off. So once you turn the turn signal on, it is on, and it will not shut off until it does the 20 or 30 clicks. I forget what it is. I'm pretty positive that it's 30. I really do not enjoy that, to be honest with you. Speaking of things that I don't enjoy that much, the brake lights on the scooter aren't the brightest. I mean, they do come on whether you have the headlights on or off, as you can see right here. However, I think they could be a bit brighter, and I'm not that impressed with them. It'd be nice if the actual reflector there on the fender lit up for the brake light. That'd be nice. So the brake light aside, let's get past all that. Nobody really cares about the lights, any of that stuff. Let's talk about the top speed on this thing. Let's get into that. I'm gonna put a picture right here of my top speed downhill just to get it out of the way, and then I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more, because top speed uphill is around 44 miles an hour. Top speed downhill I've gotten is around 48, and that's confirming it with GPS on 2 different devices with the settings set right in the P settings on the actual scooter. So I would say your top speed average is around 45 miles an hour or so. It ain't 50 like it says, but you can get pretty damn close depending on how much you weigh and how much you really want to rip this thing. So right now, I'm going to play that clip raw of my top speed uphill and downhill for you guys. Let's check it out.
Alright, we're going to do a max speed test here. This is pretty much the max uphill. We got a full battery. We're going to go sport mode down the hill. Alright, here we go, sport mode. Once we get through this light, and we're just gonna send it down this hill. Alright, here we go. Sport mode. Hopefully we don't get a red light. Oh, we're going through yellow even if it hits it. Let's go, baby. 47. That's fast, man. Here we go. 48. 48 miles an hour. Woo! That is fast, man. That sport mode ain't no joke. God damn. Shit's scary with no gear on, I'll tell you what. I mean, I got a helmet, but... Woo! 48. I think that's the fastest anyone's actually had it on GPS. I'll be throwing up the GoPro overlay.
A big reason I was even able to do this 47, 48 miles an hour, as you guys can see right there, is because of these handlebars right here. They're 740 millimeter aluminum handlebars for about $20 off Amazon. Get yourself one-piece handlebars. Do not ride this scooter fast with foldable handlebars. I don't care if you think that they're comfortable. Get yourself one-piece bars. The next reason this scooter can even handle things like that is because of the suspension on this thing. People say that the shocks aren't that great. Now, I weigh 130 pounds, so the shocks from me, as you can see right here, they're phenomenal. They're set up great. They make no noise. I see zero need to upgrade these shocks after 500 miles. And yeah, I'll stick to that until they start making noise. Now, the suspension aside, let's talk about the bolts that actually hold it in. I'm not a big fan of these. As of right now, the shock bolts that come inside this scooter are 6mm bolts, and they are not long enough to hold into the small barrel that actually holds the front shock in. It will come loose. That's why everybody says that the front wheel does start chattering at some point. The reason why is because of the loose quality of those small bolts in the front. Right here, as you can see, there's pictures of the bolt itself that it actually comes with, and then I'm also going to put in pictures of what I've put into it. Cap head bolts with, besides that, they're longer than the regular bolts. I don't know why they do this. It's not who you buy it from's problem, whether it's RevRides, ANY, it's more VSETT's problem from China. Be careful with that front shock bolt. It's gonna come loose, it can break, and I highly recommend you put bigger bolts in that. Everything being said and done, I think the VSETT10 Plus is an absolutely amazing scooter. Regardless if you buy the 20.8 amp hour for $1,899 or the 25 amp hour for, ooh, what is it, 2200, 2300 right now, or the 28 amp hour for 2700 to 2900. It's all up to you, and honestly, with my weight being 130 pounds, I would just buy the 20.8 amp hour because that works absolutely plenty for me. I get absolutely awesome range. I can ride this thing about 30 miles, ripping it hard. As you guys can see, I ride this scooter to ride it. I don't just, you know, commute around. I ride it for fun. And my friend, you know, he's around 200 pounds. When he rides this thing with my battery, the range is not as good. I highly recommend if you're over 160 pounds, you buy the 25 amp hour. If you are over 200 pounds, you should buy the 28 amp hour. But if you're under any of that, buy the 20.8 amp hour. Save some money. It will absolutely go the distance as much as you really want to. You'll be sick of riding the scooter before the battery actually dies. The only problems I've had with this scooter are the fact that the handlebars fold, and I think they're horrible. Some people are fine with them, but the way that I ride it, they are not fine. You need one-piece handlebars. Number two, the size of the bolts that hold the front shock bolt in are absolutely abysmal. There's no reason that they should be that small to be tied inside of that barrel. Also, the display on this scooter, I haven't talked about it yet, but you cannot see the display of the scooter during the day at all. Maybe you can see it on camera here, which the sun's also going down, but there's a reason why my phone is mounted in there and that I'm using it for its speedometer. If you guys are wondering what phone mount I have on this scooter, I'll be linking it in the description of the video, because it's a mountain bike stem mount and they work amazing for any type of electric scooter that actually has a mountain bike type stem. And yeah, do not be confused of how good you can see the display right now on this VSETT10 Plus. You can barely see that display during the day, which is very sad. I would like to see them be able to use displays similar to Mini Motors displays, the EY3 displays, because those, to be honest, are phenomenal. You can see them during the day. They give more information than this one even without switching it. And they just feel higher quality with the spring and the throttle sensor with the spring in it. I don't really know how to explain it. The Hall sensor inside of the thing with the spring. It feels better on the Mini Motors EY3 displays than this one. And I'm pretty sure that an EY3 display would work on this scooter. However, whenever I ask RevRides, they are not confirming with me. They will not let me know that it's good or not. They just say that it might blow out the display or the controller. So I do not appreciate that. And, you know, other than that, RevRides is great. That's where this scooter is from. They have awesome customer support. The scooter itself is amazing. You cannot see the display during the day when the sun's out. Right now, this is just the perfect weather right here. I mean, look at this. Wow. You know, it's the absolute best. But anyway, guys, that's my 500-mile review on the VSETT10 Plus. I'll be updating everybody with a 1,000-mile review, or if any problems arise before then. I have not gotten a flat. I have not had any bent anything. I've fallen on the scooter once pretty hard, and I have nothing other than a damaged brake lever, which is scraped. And really, besides that, the scooter's been absolutely amazing in the time that I've had it. Which, by the way, I've had it for about 3.5 weeks, and I put 500 miles on it. So, there we go. I've used sport mode as often as I feel like, and I ride the shit out of this thing. I do not baby it. I ride it pretty hard. So with that being said, guys, that's my 500-mile review of the VSETT10 Plus. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you watched it to this point. Yeah, get ready for another one. I have more things coming to review. E-bikes, a few more different scooters, and let's get into it, guys. Good luck. Alright guys, that's my whole review on the VSETT10 Plus. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like, subscribe, comment, and please, you know, give me some feedback on this video. Let me know what you really want to see from all electric scooters. Thanks again. Have a good day. Stay safe. Electric Outdoors out.